All right, cool. All right, let me get to your view. So you're champ. You might be champ three, and this is twos, and you're brown bear TF. What does
Yeah.
TF mean? The
It
fuck?
was a group of friends of mine in high school.
Okay.
Literally, we were called like Team Faded. It was
Ah, okay.
retarded, but
And you've just kept it. That's awfully nice.
yeah, we're all still really good friends.
That's really cool. All right, cool. Let's have a look at how you do here. Minor thing here on your kickoff. If we slow this down, which I think is shift, yeah. Um, so I think you gotta go right a little bit more than you're expecting because you're having to overcorrect a little bit. See, you're past the ball. Do you see that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Um, Let me actually have a look at something quickly.
I'm also not very good with fast kickoffs. I use a
Oh,
Wolverine controller,
I feel you. I feel you. I
and
used to
my
have a Wolverine controller actually. I got rid of it because of the stick drift, which I found rather annoying. Yeah, for this, I'd say you need to jump a little higher. So hold that first jump a little bit more, so you can get up in the air a bit more, and that'll kind of allow you to kick off a little bit better there. Um, yeah, that's probably the main reason why you're losing this kickoff, to be honest. All
okay.
right. All right. Anyway, let's go back to normal play. I just tend to look at kickoffs because I always feel like it's something that a lot of people kind of mess up. Um, something to note is what I'll tell literally everyone I coach is that there's like three boost paths that you want to look for whenever you're driving around. So there's one here, like that. There's one here, like that, and there's one here, like this. These ones are super
Okay.
useful, um, uh, mainly because they allow you to keep being relevant in the play. So if you ever go like, oh, I'm going for this boost, right, and then you can kind of take a line like this, so
Yeah.
you're still tracking. You can use boost, but also you're still gaining boost throughout the time. So yeah, that's just something. Whenever I'm playing uh, any game mode, I'll do this just because it means that obviously you're not taking boost from your teammates, but also means that you're able to always have boost throughout. All right, cool.
Okay. I had a question about that actually. I have a really weird tendency that
Mm-hmm.
when there's an opponent near me and I have full boost, I will tap my boost just to take the boost pad by them.
That's fine. I mean, if you're talking about this one, right? This one here,
N-
or are you talking?
no, like if I were to turn to the right and go towards the path you were talking about, I would literally click my boost button both times to hit both those boost pads to get to gold just so they couldn't take it.
I mean, to be honest, I don't do that because what I would do is I'd use boost, keep my momentum, and then just use that momentum while I'm supersonic to get these boost pads. If that makes sense.
I see. Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I'm not slowing down at any point, so that even though I'll use a bit like say 20 boost, I'll probably regain like 15 or 20 of it on my way back. If that makes sense. So I'm
Yeah.
using it and then refilling it on the path. So yeah. All right. Cool. Now let's go back to your view. So here you kind of if you take one of the paths I'm talking about, you'll probably get you'll probably be an 80 or 90 boost, and then
Closer to the ball.
yeah. Also another thing, I would never follow a play here because is there anything that will happen that you'll be able to support this play? Do you reckon from here?
Not really, unless it like 50'd straight to me.
Okay. So then let's talk about the other scenarios that might happen here, right? So we've got a 50-50 about to happen, right? So we can say that probably it could go here, right? Roll across. It could go here, like you're talking about, hoping, and then it can also go right at your goal, right?
Yeah.
And in terms of your positioning, if we talk through that one, you can see that you're not really in a great position to defend your goal, nor uh, you'd have to use boost to get onto this wall, and if it pinches out, you're pretty much screwed because it'll be quite tough for you to do it, right? So whenever I see a 50-50 about to happen and I'm near the goal, I either try and time my run so that the 50-50 happens when I'm round about here, so like I'm slowing down a little bit but keeping my momentum, or if I'm truly static, I'll literally just sit here and just watch the ball through the transparent goalposts. This allows me to, like you say, push for the 50-50, right? Because let's be honest, Magalo's never getting to the ball before you are, right?
Yeah.
It allows, if the ball pinches, right? Magalo's never getting to that ball anyway, right? So that means that you can just take the ball wide here and go get, you know, have all the space to challenge. I mean, you know, to do whatever you want. And yeah, you're basically in a much better position because you can also defend the goal from here, right? If it 50-50s poorly. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. I think of it as I sit behind the. I always think sitting behind the goal line because it means that you're always going forward. Because going forward is much easier than going backwards, right? So if you're going forward, you can definitely fly much easier to go up. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. I'll probably repeat it a couple times throughout anyway, but yeah, that's the logic I see. Because now here, this is a lot more awkward for you than if you're back more, right?
Oh yeah.
Because let's be honest, you are in no rush to get this ball, right? Like Volative's not good. Volative Mars isn't getting this ball. So yeah. All right. Another thing, don't flutter your boost. It's a constant thing. I do the same. It's kind of like a when I get boost, I think I've gotten boost, I flutter it, just to kind of like, you know, have it, because it's probably an addiction for most Rocket League players. Let's be honest here, right? Oh, it's the boost, right? But yeah, so let's think about this. You're not really covering any real area that Mercury isn't covering, right? Let's be honest here, right? So all that's happening is you've left your goal with it being completely open. You have all the space completely open. So you want to figure out where you need to be to cover more space. So if we play this back, right? So I hit the ball, right? I see my teammate go. I'm just gonna go wide. I'm gonna sit wider. So I'm still playing the ball. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I cover a lot more of the pitch. Think if Mercury had passed this anywhere within this half of the goal, right? This half of the pitch.
Yeah.
Like
open.
free shot on goal, right? And it also means that I can still fly up. I can still fly up to here to get this ball because it's easy to fly up from here, right? Just spreading out a little wider, a little further back, allows you to figure out what you need to do and keeps your options open. This is okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you probably want to take this boost. So you go back, go round, and then kind of sit wider, right? Because you can always turn back if you need to be, right? But you want to be in a position where you're spreading out more. And then think about this. He's trying to play it at the goal or past the goal, right? Where do you reckon you want to be here instead of where you are currently?
On the right side.
So you want to think of it as being roundabout here, because it's much easier to crash in this way than it is to go wide and try and cut in, right? So
yeah, like trying to loop around.
Yeah. So if I'm, say, coming around here, right? I'm driving, and then, you know, like I see my teammate cut through, and then I can go for this, right? Make sense?
Yep.
Much simpler. All right. Do you know what shadow defense is?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I don't play a lot of ones either because I just get dumped on.
I feel your pain. Like I'm a grand champ in 2s and 3s, and I think I'm champ 1 or champ 2 in 1s, and yeah, it's a whole different ball game, honestly. But
I feel like it's probably a game mode I should play just to get better.
So
at 1v1 situations.
So right here, let's say he throws the ball right at goal, right? You're facing the wrong direction to defend the goal, right?
Yeah.
So you got to consider yourself being here, because what happens is he throws that goal, right? You can still fly up like that and save the ball, okay? And it also means that you can cut in, so you can turn in and challenge the ball if he's lost control of the ball. That's how you want to do it. You sit outside in. You don't want to sit in line with the ball because if he throws it above you, right, this is really awkward, right?
Oh yeah.
This is really awkward. But if he throws it up, right here, think about that. Like this, you're just matching the speed and you're pushing it away from your goal, right? If he gets a supremely incredible flick, then he's probably doesn't deserve to be in champ two. But yeah, so
Story of my life.
yeah, you do well enough because let's be honest, everyone sucks at dribbling in this level. Like,
Yep.
if they're great at dribbling, they're probably shit at everything else, right? They probably spent like 1,000 hours just doing dribbling, right? And then
Yeah.
GG's.
1v1 kids that join a 3v3 game.
Yes. So yeah. All right. Now consider your opportunities here. I think Mercury here has where you're going covered, right? He can always go wide. So instead of going here, you decide I'm just gonna go wide, and then I can shadow, and then challenge right here, right?
Yeah.
Because as soon as Mercury's out of the play, he's defending, then you can do whatever you want, right? But you just gotta, if you're going so close, you're anyway gonna retreat back, right? So if you just keep your options open more, and we kind of look back at that, you can see that in the end, he's not really done anything incredibly impressive with this ball, right? He's just jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing scary. Like, honestly, I'd almost encourage your opponents to go on the walls, because they're never gonna do anything good with it. Like, something I like doing is I'll fake challenge, like I'm going up the wall, so they'll go up the wall, right? And I'll just leave, because now they've just used so much boost to go up the wall, right? And I'm just on the ground waiting for them for their weak hit, right? So yeah. All right, some incredible backwards play. True.
Talk about it.
True one. This is true ones right here. See, you're using every part of your car to the utmost. Hey, you did boost steal. I don't know if you intended to boost steal, but you did boost steal.
I'm always trying to stake boost.
So I mean, you did one thing right? Let's be okay. Next thing, we want to get out of here as quickly as possible. Okay. Because let's look at it from Mercury's perspective, right? Yes, he's going for the ball, but if you boost out, he automatically knows that he can go full throttle at this ball, right? Say if the opponents were a bit closer, now he's in a bit of a like, I'm not sure if I can go for it, right? So there's a lot of like body language that you can kind of consider. So like, okay, he's quite far. Let's say you'd boosted out, let's say right about here when you got bumped, right? He automatically knows he can go for this ball, right? Because as long as you're not boosting towards the ball, he knows, right? This makes it a lot easier for him to get to this ball. In the end, he still does it, but that's the type of like small body language things, that and front flipping out or diagonal flipping out, makes it easy for your teammate to know that it's his ball to go for. Yeah, and also the reason why I want you to boost out is so that you can cover what's about to happen here. Because yes, you have enough time to get back into this position, but if we instead go right here, down this path right here, we collect a couple boost pads, and we can just use those couple boost pads that we have, let's say 30 boost, to kind of get into a great position so that we're not having to wait, we're not having to wait.
Yeah.
And then we're in a better position to challenge right here, right? And hit it at their goal. So yeah, that's the type of thing. I mean, yes, you had a lot more time on this play, so that what you did was working. But this is the type of thing that kind of allows you to lift when things aren't as favorable. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You could just skip that.
Okay, let's talk it through. Let's talk it through. Okay, I admire the air dribble, but I'd practice it a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I know. I just started practicing air roll right.
Yeah, I only have air roll left, so I feel your pain. But how do I describe this? You're not really in control of the ball. So So to start an air dribble, I'll be honest, I'm also not very good at air dribbles. So this is my theory working here. So you pop it right correctly, but you
My
jump.
car's
You,
not.
yeah, but you've jumped up, right? So
Yeah.
for an air dribble to work, the ball has to be traveling up. When you make your you make your first contact. Does that make sense? So you've
Yeah.
done it correctly, sort of, where the ball bounces up, right about here, but you don't have to jump. You let the ball pop up with just hitting your card. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then
Because when I jump, I bump it out too far.
yeah, and also you're not recovering. If I'm still on the ground, I can jump up much easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Instead of trying to make up for it with boost.
Yeah. For me personally, I'd catch this ball and just dribble it. But if you're not a big fan of that, or you're not
I'm trash at that.
if you don't trust your flicks, then an air dribble is fine. But you got to think that what air dribbles do is that you're all in on the play, right?
Yeah.
So let's look it back. You have 100 boost now, right? And now you've got 70 boost. Now
Yeah.
now you're in their goal with 20 boost. So you use the rest of your boost to get out, right? Now you have 0 boost. Make sense? So it's very inefficient. So yeah. So consider that. Honestly, if you can practice like a bounce dribble or something like that, that might be a useful thing. Because if we play this play back, you'll actually see that your teammate does literally everything that you'd need it to do, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't actually need to go for the next touch. So this is where I pop it up, right? I see that my teammate's about to go for something, right?
Let it
And
go.
yeah, let him go do it, and then maybe I don't go up for it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's a double commit play, basically. You almost score, but yeah, just something to think about. I like this. That type of play I like. Like, this is where you're using your smarts. You're using a pinch to kind of get it in an awkward position for them. This is a smart play. Now you should be leaving. Yep. Cool. Now think about this. Do you
Yeah, I
want to
should
be?
have probably gone towards the right side.
You don't want to face forward. You want to face sideways so that you can turn either way, because he might smash this over you, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's about to happen, but yeah. See, I would have, like I said, like I literally said, face the right side, and I can cover going back and forth. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah.
yeah, cool. That's a nice play. Hmm. I'd have just shot at goal or 50-50 probably, because you also have to consider, if that opponent dunks the shit out of you, there's no one back, right?
Yeah, because my teammate's right next to me.
Exactly. So think of whenever you're going for a play, think about where my teammate is and how risky of a play can I make, right? Here, I'm gonna sit right here and just jump a single jump, just so I sit behind the ball, and then that the opponent can just fly over the ball. Make sense? Or
Yeah.
and then that also counts as a fake. And then obviously your teammate also double commits with you, which is another issue, and you get scored on. Yeah.
Yep.
The other option you can do here is you just play it right, right? Does it make sense? So you play it right here. Let's actually just go back.
So you're saying just hit it to the right side
Yeah. So like,
towards wall?
I'd be boosting towards the. Let's see here. So I take a line, obviously a little more acute than what you're doing, and I'd be taking it so that I hit this wall and then it bounces back. Or, like this side wall over here or something, Does that make sense? So I'm playing
Yeah.
it to the side so that I can read the next ball and hit it at goal. Or I think the safer play for me would be I just 50-50 this ball. Because you'd have to be coming from this direction right here, and then there's potential that if you don't figure out how close that he is, he scores on your goal right here, right? Because there's nothing behind. So for me,
Yeah.
I'd go for a 50-50. But if you're confident you can beat him to the ball, then just push it wide, and then just read the bounce off this wall right here, and then just score. So yeah. duh, duh, duh. Pure pain, though. Pure pain. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't even go for the kind of like a fast kickoff because, like I was saying with my controller, um, my air roll button sticks sometimes, and I tend to go for it, and then I just keep flipping, and I never land right, and I just give up a free goal.
Have you considered just doing a normal diagonal kickoff instead of doing like a speed kickoff?
Yeah.
Because then you don't have that issue. I have friends who are in Grand Champ and they don't do a speed kickoff. I do a speed flip badly, um, like so that if the fastest speed flip will beat me, but anything that isn't that will is fine. But my teammate who my friend, yeah, he just does a normal diagonal kickoff and it's fine. Like it's not a big deal to do that. I'd much rather you focus on consistency than having to do a speed flip kickoff, because obviously here this is pretty bad, right? I mean in the end it works out okay, but you have no boost is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Also, if you're gonna do speed flips, you should do them in game too, because you can. The reason why speed flips are great is because you can boost while you're flipping, right? So if you're trying to get back, that's probably a good idea, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, next thing, we don't go for this ball, okay? Let's analyze this, right? We don't need to be here because hopefully Curry has the ball, right? We're going to protect the goal, because if he misses it, then we're in big doo-doo, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, I understand. You want to keep your momentum a little bit. You're kind of stopping and braking, Kind of.
Yeah.
You can do small cycles, sort of. That's a good shot. Minor thing. Let's like slow it down to see. You're flipping a little too early. That's why you're not getting enough power. So slow it down just a slight bit. You get so much more power. Obviously, another thing that you can do is if you can turn your car slightly, you can hit it with the corner of your car, and then you get even more power. But these are just minor improvements. The main improvement here is you're flipping too early. That's why you don't get much power here.
I see.
So yeah. Bum, bum, bum. And also, let's think about it. If it hits the backboard, that's okay, right? He's probably going to fly to try and defend it, and then your teammate can kind of recover and score it for you. All right, now, think about this. Are you confusing your teammate here?
Yeah, I actually tend to hit my teammate in this situation like an asshole.
Mm-hmm. So, there's a couple things you can do. If you're going to stay with the play, then you should be like, being annoying to the opponent, okay? So like bump him, etc. Make it easy for your teammate. If you're not really actually gonna get the ball, and you can see your teammate's out of, he's out of his goal, just go straight diagonally to the goal, right? So I'd be going. Here's how I do it. I'll be off ball cam for a second just to check. So like here, I'll be like, okay, I'm off ball cam. I know that he's not got the ball because he's hit the ball hard, right? Now I see my teammate crawl forward, right? I can see he's driving forward because he wants to go for the play, right? Instantly, I go, all right, I'm just going to go this way. Okay? Yeah. I'm going to boost diagonally, hit these boost pads, and then just kind of sit here and defend, okay? Cool?
Yeah.
So this is where you have to be aware of how quickly the opponent has hit the ball, and just kind of go from there to see how much time you have to look at the play around you. Because this is awkward for your teammate, and you can see he hesitates a bit. Of course, also defend your goal. So if you're gonna play this way, right? Either go for this ball, or you kind of left the whole goal wide open, right? So if you make a decision early, right about here, I see that my teammate's going for this ball. I literally go like, okay, I'm gonna drive here. Obviously, ball cam on, right? And I'm just gonna defend here. Make sense?
Yeah.
I'm sort of back post, so I can cover the goal with my forward momentum. Oh god. See, I'd be challenging hard because this is a shot on goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'd be thinking goalie strats here, and just covering as much of the of what he might be doing, and covering as much of the angle as possible for terms of the goal. And also puts him off, right? Doesn't give him time. Here, you're letting him make his decisions easily. All right. Obviously, another thing is you're going right, and then you're going back. So if we play that back with your teammate, right? And
Yeah, he was right next to me.
let's have a look. Let's have a look at it from his perspective. You can see where the confusion is. He's got a shot on goal.
Yeah.
So this is where you have to be aware of your teammate. So
I know. I wish there was another camera button so it was like
Well,
first person, ball cam, and teammate.
well, I look backwards. Like
Yeah,
I'll
I
flash
hit that.
I flash the rear view, or I go off and on ball cam. Those are the ways that I look around the pitch. If I can't see them there, then I try and listen to them. So I'll use my headphones and just kind of hear where they are. All right, now. So the reason why this goes away from your car, right, is because you're boosting while you're hitting it, okay? So to stop this from happening, hold the drift button so you can catch the ball and don't boost, okay? So you kind of, obviously what you should be doing is, here you should be in front of the ball. So right about here you should be heavy boosting, so you can get in front of the ball, right? And then you cut so that all the momentum gets caught onto your car, okay?
Okay.
Does that sort of make sense?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, because otherwise what's happening is you're boosting and you're just hitting the ball forward. That's why it gets away from you. All right, now leave. Instantly when I see this, I want to leave. Because this is... because how much boost do you have here?
Oh, none.
Yes. How much use to this play are you?
Wait, what?
How much use to the play are you right now?
Oh, nothing. I'm just there for the money shot.
Yep. So you can see why you're actually contributing negatively to the play because your teammate can't go for the ball, right? So
Yeah.
this play up, I rate this because you're at least shooting on goal, sort of, right? Now you get down. Let's go to legit. I'm just trying to think of it in my head. I would legit just be going, if I think about this, I'd be going, all right, I'm just going to go down, and I'm just going to take these boost pads and just come around here. Let my teammate go forward, okay? So I'm kind of, I'm covering around here just in case. Obviously, it depends on how the play develops, but if it's a safer play, then I'll just collect little boost pads so I can kind of cover the right side of the field because I know my teammate's got this side of the field. So yeah. Because it's fine to let your teammate be aggressive, okay? It's everyone is good at being aggressive. No one's great at defending, right?
Yeah.
So just think about that. You make it easy for him to go, yes, I can go for this ball. He's going to go for this ball, right? That's the simplest thing. So yeah. Actually, let me just quickly check that I'm recording. All right, I am recording. Cool. I always check. It's 50-50, you know? All right, yeah. So, yeah?
I was just going to say you use OBS.
Yeah, I use OBS mainly because Discord uses NVENC.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can run two different screen captures for NVENC. So I just do it this way. So I use H.264, I think. I use my CPU to record on my computer. Yeah, it's fine. Like it goes okay. Honestly, I just did it because it worked. Yeah. Okay, so now you can see why I prefer you go back, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because they should be scoring this, right? And obviously, if we're talking about if we're gonna run this play back, right? Let's go. Okay, so you've hit the ball. Cool. Now I go. All right, I'm gonna go down. Oh god, this is gonna be so hard to do. All right, let's just go here. I'm gonna go go wide, right? Cool. I'm supporting. I'm supporting. All right, I see him miss. Now I can come here. Obviously, I probably, based off this, once I see him miss, I'd come back round, I guess, here, so I can defend, and then challenge here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be going so close like I showed you initially. It's always a bit strange. The issue is that I'm using keyboard mouse here, but I'm a controller player like you are. So it's very strange for me to drive around. So yeah, so I'd be coming
I
around
can
here to
imagine.
defend. Yeah, so yeah, I'm coming around to defend this way. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because in the opposite, the play, me doing it that way means that I can clear the ball out, right? Instead of hit it
Yeah.
here where it's centering to the opponents. All right.
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay. You gotta be better. You gotta be better at this if you want to go for it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 70-30 percentage.
I don't know.
30 being me hitting it.
Okay. Okay. 30-70. 30-70.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Okay. So. Do you need?
Americans, we always put the bigger number first.
Oh god. All right. So the issue here is, could you just chill on the wall here? Do you need to jump?
No.
Because all you need to do is shadow what he's doing, right? And then 50-50 him. But now you're, because he doesn't even go for the ball. Like, you can see that the ball ends up on the wall, right? Right about here, right? That's not, like, dangerous, right? Obviously, I'll be honest, I don't rate you being on this wall. But if you, see, I'd be going, all right, he's going to hit this over here. So I'm going to just leave. He's going to leave because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Because you can see Mercury's like, oh yeah, my teammate went up for that ball. He's confident he can hit this, right? That's why he's pushed up so hard, right? But if you just go around him, he's like, oh yeah, now I can go for this ball. Like everyone's in that ball chasing mode. So yeah, think about that. All right. So as soon as he goes up the wall, this is good. Don't turn. He's going to hit the ball over you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So think about it this way. He's going up the wall. Let's shadow what he's about to do, right? As soon as he does this, you go, okay, cool. Oh my god, you can go, look at that. That's freaking, I didn't even know you could do that. that's fucking strange. So I go wide. You see here? I'm shadowing. Make sense?
Yeah.
And then if my teammate decides he wants to go, which is interesting, then he can go. But at least I'm shadowing what's about to happen. I'd have maybe a quick look back to see if my teammate's pushing up. But yeah, obviously it's really tough sometimes to read what your teammate's gonna do. But you can just do the best you can. There's nothing, you're gonna double commit. Just try to reduce the number of double commits. Now, we gotta think about those boost paths I was talking about, right? So we go, okay, let's play this back just slightly. So I'm here, right? I'm gonna go wide here. I'm gonna go wide here like this, or I could go wide here like this, and I still collect more boost pads than what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So here, yes, you collect more boost pads, but now you're all positioned in the same area. But it kind of depends on the feel towards the game. But here, if you go mid, then you're kind of wider and covering more space. But yeah, it depends on how little boost you have. Those are the types of decisions that you have to make on your own kind of terms. Because obviously, if you're wider, like where I was talking about, you probably have a shot on goal here, right?
Yep.
Now, horrible. Yeah, I can understand you feel lost in the amount of space you have, right? Like this feels.
Yeah,
awkward.
I'm so used to like going towards the goal and then turning last second towards the ball.
Totally get it, but this is the worst of both worlds. You either should be challenging earlier, or you should be going, all right, let me just go in and then just sit inside the goal, because then I can fly up, right?
Yeah.
Now I go up. I'm going to push here, push wide. Now I see him. Now I don't go for this. No matter what, you do not go for this ball, okay? You see this ball come up, this is bad juju, okay? Because if they miss, right, you've got a free goal no matter what, because they'll take ages to recover, right?
Yeah.
Instead, you sit wide, and you do basically exactly what you do there, which is great. You were patient. Let them hit the ball, and then now here, I'd be smashing that ball onto, if we go back a little bit more. So I like your positioning here, because you're coming wide, which is good. Now, instead of doing that, you go here, you hit the ball as hard as you possibly can, and you bounce in. Kind of think of geometry, right?
Yeah.
So you hit ball hard, and you try and aim for goal, or worst comes to worst, it just goes center, and then your teammate can cut you off, right, and then just score, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, don't go for the fancy dribbling play, especially if you're not confident for the dribbling play. That the ball hit hard at goal, no matter what, like, you miss 100% of shots you don't take or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's a shot on goal. Yes, weak shots on goal are the worst, but this is a hard shot on goal because you're hitting it hard and it's going to loop down, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, think about that. Now let me delete that. I'll do Alt-Y. But if we're doing the dribble, which you almost succeeded, think about it this way. You're cutting in a little too early, okay? Because the ball's still going to go forward, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta figure out where the ball's going, right? It's going this way, right? So you gotta cut round and meet it here, okay? So yeah, just think about that.
I think I was
Yeah?
I was trying to hit it towards my teammate.
Okay. I would just shoot a goal, dude. Or worst comes to worst, you hit it here, and then hopefully your teammate can read it from there, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is sometimes if you're not, well, at least for me, if I'm not playing very well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
You don't
just
feel
like,
confident.
I'm gonna fucking knock this somewhere stupid. I'm just gonna try to get it to my teammate who's, everyone's on me.
That's all good. So you almost did the right thing there, but you just gotta hit it higher. If you're not confident, you can cut round it, right? Which makes sense. You gotta just make sure that you're hitting it off the flat part of the car, right? So bounces up. This is where you should be hitting it, okay? Because what you've in essence done instead is you're hitting it up below the point of gravity, right about here. You see, that's why it's not going up, because it's still falling down. But yeah, the main thing I want to point out here is you just want to hit it right here, okay? If you don't think you can cut it, because if you hit it right here, this is an easy hit for your teammate to score on. This is awkward for your opponent to look at, right? Because you can see that he fails to hit this ball. So yeah.
Yeah.
Because now there's no way he's gonna score this, right?
Yeah.
You missed that boost. You got to take the boost pad. So a good lesson I find is point your car towards the boost pad first before you get off ball cam. Okay. Then you just have to drive straight. Think about just having to drive straight. That's all. Otherwise you'll miss it like that. And now you've confused your teammate obviously, because like he's going like, dude, he's rotating back in, right? Oh yeah, this is my ball. This is my ball. Oh, he's gone back. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Right? Right? Oh my God! Now. Right? There you go.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You can see why the amount of confusion he had there. Oh, and he even stops driving, so you really know he's angry at you. All right, if you're gonna cheat, front flip. Okay. You either cheat or you don't. Don't do this mid. It's like being in this like middle area is bad, because the hard cheat that the opponent's doing is just gonna beat you every time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Or it should beat you every time. If you're cheating well enough, that's an easy bowl for you to win outright, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I like the boost take. That's good. I like this. Now, get out of the play. You gotta hear your teammate come through, right? I'm passing the center, right? Now.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's have a look at your teammate. Oh shit, this is my ball, right? So yeah. Just think about it this way.
My camera and I'm like, oh, I want to hit him though.
Yeah, so there you go. All right. You know, we're gonna ignore this, but go for bowls that you realistically can beat people to. Okay? He's already jumped, right? Okay? He's jumped.
Yeah.
He's gonna beat you every time. Actually, I have a question. Are you doing a fast aerial? Yeah, you're not doing a fast aerial. So a fast aerial is just boosting before you do your first jump, and then you're pulling up, and you're still boosting the entire way. Okay?
Gotcha.
And I think did you even do did you do a single jump?
No, I never fucking.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a straight on ball, I always do double jumps.
So the minor issue you have here is that you should be boosting right about here. You're boosting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're boosting throughout your first jump. And then in the middle of your first jump, you just pull your stick backwards. And then you jump a second time, okay?
Okay.
Because here, the boost isn't helping you go up. So that's why it takes you ages to get up to the bowl.
Okay.
I'll show you it potentially after this, but yeah. All right. Oh my god. Incredible. Incredible reflexes. I was hoping you'd do it, and you did. You can disregard all my coaching now. You've learned everything that I can possibly teach you. Okay.
That's my least favorite kickoff moment is when that ball comes towards me.
So,
I'm so nervous.
Why do we turn in when we could turn out? You've already played the passive role, right? Why not play the passive role more?
Yeah.
If you turn back to goal, this is a lot easier for you to defend, right? But now this is such an awkward angle. But if you turn the other way, this is a much easier angle for you to read, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. You can play passive, you can play defensive, it doesn't really matter, just as long as you make the decision early. Oh god. Okay. Don't go for boost. You gotta know what happened in the play, okay? How do you know that something incredible hasn't happened, right? You've just gone for boost. Okay? Alright? You're like heavily believing your teammates got this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
don't.
was like, oh, I got time. I got time for this.
You've literally gone the opposite way to your goal. Oh no. Alright. Alright. Okay. If you're gonna go for the challenge, go for the challenge, okay? As soon as you turn this way, you've committed. You're pot committed, okay? Honestly, I wouldn't have done that. I would have been like this way so I can defend the goal, right? But you're as soon as you turn your car this way, you decided I'm going for this, okay? So yeah. Don't do this like half, maybe I shouldn't. Alright. Let's talk it through, okay? So. Don't put it to him, okay?
Yeah.
That's the long and short of it. But more to the point, don't be in this position where you awkwardly hit it really, really shittily. Is basically it. All right. That's the main. Okay. Interesting. I mean, you did a great 50-50, but damn, I don't know if I would have challenged so hard because your teammate's not back, right?
Yeah.
Your opponent's gonna beat you all day here, right?
Yeah, I think I'm in panic mode because we're down and there's only a minute.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, good 50. Let's say that. At least. Oh boy. You hate backboard reads, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's all good. I also feel your pain. Yeah, even it's one of the main things that I think pushed me from Champ 3 to Grand Champ was I kind of practiced hard on backboard reads so that I wasn't worried about them. At least I'd hit the ball. Okay. Yeah. So that's something that you might practice, but I think there's a fair few other things that you might practice before that. Okay. Next, we're watching the play too hard. Okay. We wanna get the boost pad that we're so obviously wanting to steal. Okay. Actually, okay. Maybe it's replay, but yeah. If it was on, then you want to focus on getting the boost pad first. Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't want to cut your teammate off because how much boost do you have here?
0.
Yep. And there's no way you can.
See,
Yeah.
for something like that, I'm trying to just keep the ball down here so my teammate can get back.
Yes, but who's closer to the play right now?
Oh, he is.
Yes. So he's always going to go for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, let's talk about getting that big boost pad. But yeah, because you're following loads of these balls with no boost, and that means that you're ineffective.
Yeah.
Here.
That's a terrible misread.
Let's slow it down.
Walls aren't my friend. Let's just say that.
So, from this angle, much easier to understand where you went wrong, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta drive diagonally to the ball so that you can hit it not above but from below. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all. That just comes with practice. So yeah. You know, you're a braver man than I am.
Again, this is panic mode time. Now there's only 30 seconds left.
Okay. All right. You read it. You know, I'll give you props there, but yeah. Now, does your teammate turn? Does he turn? Does he do it? He does. Let's go. He's done it. Yeah. Just go for a diagonal kickoff. Just simplify your life. There's far more productive things you can do in Rocket League than try and put a speed flip into your kickoff, okay? Like you can learn how to fast aerial, you can learn how to hit the ball hard with the corner of your car, you can learn how to flick. These are all things that will contribute more and be used more often. You could learn how to aerial, you know, like air roll in the air. All these things are more useful, okay?
Mechanics. I always, like tournaments, I'll tell people, I'm like, I'm not very mechanical, but I'm pretty, well, not after you telling me all this, but I'm usually pretty good at knowing where I should be.
That's all good. Look, I'm a grand champ, so I should have better positioning understanding than you do, right? Like something's very wrong, and I'm probably the next Justin, or you know, like a mechanical god, and I am not a mechanical god. I merely play consistent, and yeah, I've had one flip reset goal in my life, and I still remember it to this day. So, all right, now, are we turning the right way here?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Alrighty then. As long as you're aware. Oh boy. Okay, he's beating you to this ball. You gotta go, okay?
Yeah.
You gotta go here. If you want to, okay?
I'm hardcore panic right now.
You've legit, I don't know if you know this, but if we slow this down, right? You actually go backwards. You see that? You actually went backwards. You have no momentum. Okay, cool. I just want you to be aware of that. I mean, you do the most incredible 50 I've ever seen, but you could have beaten him to the ball just by keeping your momentum and being in the right like line to it, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm amazed that you did that 50 so well, and you know, luck was on your side. Yeah, you gotta practice that diagonal flip kickoff for sure. You're getting hard beaten to balls, and it's probably gonna cause you a few losses there. All right, this is also fine. Cool, you put it wide, nice. Now you're taking the boost, that's good. Let him. Do you need to challenge this ball? Okay. Do you need to challenge this ball? I'm being honest. Is right? This is an awkward ball for your opponent, right?
Yeah.
He makes a single touch, now you're out of the play. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright. You know, we're gonna talk little boost pads. Just in your head, every time you play casual, maybe even say like for 10 casual games, don't go for any of the big boost pads. Just try and be heavily aware of those 3 boost paths I was talking about, and kind of ingrain them in your head. Okay?
That would definitely be useful.
All right. Okay. When you're first man, go for the ball. Okay?
Okay.
Don't do any funny stuff. You're just gonna go for the ball here. All right?
Yeah.
Just hard challenge the ball. That's it. Otherwise, you've just like your teammate has double committed with you, and that's the only reason why you guys haven't been scoring. Now we want to sit wider, correct? Because that's where he wants to throw the ball.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, if we're talking about shadowing, we want to be here so that we can go wide and then cut in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see you defend this. There's a couple shadow defense tutorials. I can probably link you to one later, but yeah. Oh boy. Incredible. That is very much rage quit inducing. Here's an interesting strat. How about you fake it? Right? You're boosting, right? You just don't hit it hard and then they just fly off the goal, right? Make sense?
Yep. I think that's what I did. I slammed on my brakes.
Yeah, you showed it at goal, but higher level strat is to just fake the shit out of them, because they're for sure thinking you're going to shoot at goal. You fake it just slightly, and then you hit it to the right hand side, and there's no way that they save it. But yeah, you scored. That's all that matters here. Mainly because they suck at defending, but yeah. So yeah, there you go. In terms of like, so obviously I say this to most of the coaching people that I do, right? Is boost pots, like I was talking about, right? Much easier to see obviously here than it is on the ground, but yeah. Don't push up for any 50-50 that's happening in your half, okay? Just sit in the goal. Like, just sit behind the line. There's nothing ever good comes from you supporting a line where you're right here and your teammate's about to 50 here, because it can just go round here and then you're screwed. It can go into your goal, you're screwed. And if it gets 50-50 into the middle, it has to be 50-50 into the middle where you're behind the ball, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to learn also a diagonal kickoff. Do you know how diagonal kickoff works?
No.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk it through. All right. I'm putting on my. Let's see. Does my controller? Will my controller work? This is the real question here. Okay, it has. Cool. All right. So a diagonal kickoff is just going like this, and then going straight. So if we talk through that again, right? It is, I'm going past the ball. I'm going past this boost pad, right? Here.
Yeah.
I'm flipping, and then I'm straight on. Make sense?
Okay.
So I'm always so if I go from here, right? I'm just going like this. Let me do that again. Okay, so from here, I'm going wide, and I want to land straight so that I'm in line with the ball. Okay, so that's why I go wider, because I go wider so that when I land, I'm straight on. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So so I go wide and I'm still straight. And also, if I do it early, right, it means that I have time to recover, to change the direction, so that even if I mess it up slightly, I still have that time to recover. So here, go wide, and go like that. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how you kind of do a diagonal kickoff. Do you have any questions there exactly? Does that make sense?
Oh no, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Next thing, aerials. Okay.
Oh shit, you have quite a few of the same ones. I use. See, I used to use this one, and then I'm an idiot, and I put Bacchus mod on, and I have it. I can't switch it off, like all the customs with the D-pad. I think I have to uninstall it and reinstall it so I can mod that.
Yeah. So what I did was I made it so that I think I don't actually know. Valky's mod probably has it in a setting, right? Let's go with
Because
bind.
I originally changed it so that like if I press up on the D-pad, it's a different shot.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
it totally ruins the whole training pack.
no, that's fine. I have mine randomized. I use Baki's mod. So like if I go like that, and then you see it goes to
Yeah,
the opposite direction.
That's what mine does.
Yeah. So here I'm gonna boost. You see that? So I'm boosting. Okay. So this is gonna happen a lot where you go like that. Okay. So the reason why that happens is because I'm doing my second flip while my stick is backwards. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to go boost. You see that? So I'm boosting up. I'm boosting up. And then doing my second jump once I'm like this way. Okay? Does that make sense? So I'm going 45 degrees and I'm going up. And then once I'm in the right direction, then I go down. Okay?
Yeah.
So if we do that again, going up. Then as soon as I'm in the right kind of altitude, then I stop boosting until I get to right to the ball where I just go like I'm going in, okay?
Okay.
And then boost. So I'm like fluttering boost, and then as soon as I know I want to go there, then I boost in, okay?
Okay.
Fluttering. And then right that. Here, going up and go down, right? So going up and I'm pulling up. That's how you can see how much higher I'm getting up, right? I have almost no time to do this. Currently, I have a wooden board right in front of me because I play all my Rocket League on my TV, which is an incredible experience.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm using a cutting board as my mouse and keyboard thing. So I go up, and then you see that? So I'm hitting it up. So that's how you get really a lot of height, okay?
Yeah.
Does that sort of make sense how you do a fast aerial?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool. Let's see, what else were we talking about? So in terms of corner shots, you hit it with your corner like that. That's kind of hard to show you, but what I'm doing is I'm hitting it so that I'm hitting it diagonally on, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going like this. And you can see sometimes I go front on because sometimes it's just easier to go front on, right? So if we talk about this one, right? I'm going to hit it. You see that? I'm letting the ball go up and then hitting. Then I'm timing when the ball goes up. So obviously this is kind of hard to show you exaggerated. But I'm hitting it so that as I make contact, it's going up. And that's why I get so much more power. Okay?
Yeah, I got you. I do that kind of stuff. I'm just not consistent.
But you get consistency by doing things like training packs, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, what I tend to do is I'll do like ultimate warm up, this one,
Yeah, I
For
like ultimate warm up.
for 15 minutes, and I'll complete every single one. I might not score every single one, but I'm just trying to get a range of things. So this one's very difficult, and I'd advise against it because it's unlikely your teammate's ever gonna pass to you in Champ 2. Okay. But here, you know, you get a massive clear like that, then you can follow up on it, right? And you can shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you can see I'm a terrible Grand Champ, but you can see the thing. All I want you to do is just hit it hard and sort of at the goal, because then you can recover and then hit it. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the ones I'd be practicing. So I'd be going up, and then you can see that I'm feathering my boost afterwards. So yeah. Do you have any questions?
Not really.
All right.
more training.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I can see what I'm glad to see is that you're at least trying to make decisions, not just go for the ball, right? I can see that you're at least attempting to make the right decisions. Sometimes they're not the right decisions, but that just comes with practice. You're gonna decide that you don't want to point your car towards plays, right? If you're pointing your car
Yeah.
towards a 50-50 that's about to happen, it can go behind you, and then you have to get back in time, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting side on, like here, that means that I can go forward really easily, but I can also go backwards, right?
Yeah.
So you play the 50-50 game that they're about to happen this way, because yes, you can see probably a lot of pros cheat up on the 50-50s, but no one at champ and grand champ level is able to do good 50-50s. Okay.
Okay.
In terms of another thing that you're trying to do is to cut the ball, you go sideways. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of going sideways towards the ball like this, and then getting around the car, right? So I'm cutting the ball, so it goes like this. Actually, this is quite hard to do. So you can see that I'm just hitting it with the side part of my car. Then it goes up, right? Like that. And you see I can kill all momentum if I go the opposite direction of it. Then I'll flick the ball. Okay?
Okay.
I'm throwing you all these things just so that you can kind of pick and choose what you're interested in kind of you're interested in doing. Like what things do you think you'll want to focus on based off the types of things I'm talking about in terms of prioritization?
I would say the boost pads.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
Boost pads and staying wide.
Yeah, stay wide. So a lot of time you sit close here instead of being wider here, where your teammate is wanting to pass the ball, right?
Yeah.
Because you can always cut back. And obviously the other one is there's only two locations you should be. Either here, where you're timing your run, you can always like slow down a bit, right? Like as long as you keep momentum. But if you're in a static position, then you just go like that, and just sit inside the goal, and then you can fly up. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me stop this recording.